Hey. Okay, so I just got out of work. Thank you. I have not put any plan into this, but I'm going to make 2 videos right now. I love you, but I have to make a video. Okay, I think this one is going to be how to live, how to get on the road to living a happy life, while being a borderline. I don't know how to have hair yet. I'm not used to it, so the fact that I have to stare at it right now is going to bother me, so bear with me. My cat's rubbing on my feet. Anyways, and my house is naked because I'm moving. Okay, anyways, not that you guys care about that. So, shit, you can probably hear my heater. Okay, yes, you're handsome. Okay. I'm 25 years old. I'm going to be 26 in January. So I started my road to finding myself, bettering myself. Started it when I was probably 20, 21. I had just gotten into an unhealthy relationship when I was 21. So it was pretty postponed, and so I really, anyways, the first things that I did is I really reached into things that made me feel content and made me feel happy. So like, I knew my downs would come and go, and like, I call them downs. What I mean by a down for me is my vibes. Like right now I've been in a funk, and I'll just say like my vibes are off. My vibes are really bugging me because I'm known, and this has always been what I am, is just I'm always known as like the smiley girl and the optimistic one, and I love giving advice and like whatever, and that's a huge part of who I am. But I just have these things, and that's what my other video is going to be, because I've realized certain things that will send me into a down. Oh my god, he's so needy. And I used to think that I would just get sad for no reason, but there are reasons, even if they seem irrelevant. And so anyways, they used to be really hard to handle, and that's another thing, is that time is what is going to make you stronger. Time, experience, knowing yourself, growing. You might think that you're old at 22, but you're just starting. I'm about to turn 26, and I just finally feel like I'm spiritually waking up. And so anyways, if I think back to the beginning, I know that I started my journey because I was obsessed with quotes, because quotes were like poetry, and they would reach into a part of you, something that you needed to explain inside of you that you couldn't find the words to explain. I love quotes. So I actually had like a book of my favorite quotes that I had found and written down over time, and I went and bought a paint pen, and I had written a bunch of my favorite lyrics and quotes and whatnot on my walls. And that made me feel good. And then as I grew, I wasn't good at expressing my feelings. So I got this art notebook, and I'm definitely not good at drawing, but I would write down lyrics, quotes, songs, stick figures of myself, and I could actually, you know what? I should probably show you. I don't really want to go run and get a notebook. Actually, I probably packed them all. Shit. So I will, though. If you guys want to, just tell me in the comments, and I'll make a video where I'll show you. Like, I think there's like a stick figure of me and a speech bubble, and I wrote like feel, 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 feel in a bunch of different colors. Like anything that just let it flow, you know? And that's anyways what I started to do, and little things that really built me along the way. Now, as I have just read so many books and gathered so much information on myself, and I took the road and I realized all these things about needing to find my authentic self and learn who I am and be confident in who I am. And, I mean, you have to learn the road, you know? You have to learn why you do the things you do, and you have to you have to acknowledge what it is about you that you would like to be different. And it's a hard road because you learn things you don't want to learn about yourself, and that causes a lot of downs, and you feel like you're never going to change, and it's never going to get better, and you're always going to be this way, and you get better, and then you get worse, and it's hard. So anyways, the way I've learned to live a happy life, first of all, your life is never going to always be happy, because that's not realistic. It's just not. But I have grown to live that you have to not just live in the moment, because I do think it's important to remember things that will happen, can happen, and whatnot. But very much, when you're in the moment, the best way I can describe it is I have learned to accept everything that I'm feeling in waves. Basically, worrying is never going to change the outcome of something. You can't control anything, and you can't, especially with other people, and sometimes even yourself, and stressing out or lashing out or being irrational and all these things and shutting down and locking yourself away for days and crying isn't going to solve anything. So what you need to try and do is take a deep breath and say, okay, here's how I used to react, which got me no results. And now this happened. There's nothing I can do about it. So what do I want to do now? What can I do now? This already happened. This is how I feel now. This is what I'm going to do about it. And that's just the day-to-day attitude that you need to take. And while you're taking that attitude, you're not always going to be happy about something in your life, or there's going to be times where you're stressed out and overwhelmed with certain situations like I am right now. And what I like doing is, like at work, I hate when people are like, are you all right? Like, you seem off today, you don't seem like yourself, because I'm really like perky and like whatever, and if my energy's off, it's obvious. So I love to make sure I work with a lot of people that are like such awesome people, but they wear their emotions very much on their sleeves. Like if they're irritated with somebody, you know. And if they have a patient that is like stressing them out, like whatever, anything. And so I love to go into work being that person that's just care about them. You know what I mean? Like ask them about personal situations in their lives and ask them how their morning's going and give them some goofy inspirational quote or tell them you're shoving your good vibes all over them, and just really go in there with the determination to make a difference in someone's day. And they're going to notice that, and it's going to make them laugh, and it's going to make you feel better. So I've really used that as a way to stay happy every day, that no matter what I'm going through or what I'm feeling, whether it's irrelevant or not, the best way to live a happy life is to be a happy person, even if you don't feel like it. Because what's the point in being miserable? It's not going to make you or anybody else feel better, you know? So just constantly be in the mind state of, all right, whether I'm going to be upset about it or not, life is happening. So this is what I'm going to do. And God damn it, I'm going to do it with a fucking smile on my face, and I'm going to put a smile on somebody else's face while I'm doing it. That is the best, and it's not even advice. I know that, and I know you guys are probably like, what a waste of a fucking video. But just try it. Just, if you have a job, go in tomorrow and jot down somewhere little and random that everybody's going to see, just, hi, I hope you have a good morning, or like, do anything to make somebody smile, you know? I love just hiding quotes everywhere, and people find them, and they're like, and now they know it's me, and it's really funny because we have like certain particular people that are just known for being so grouchy, but like it's funny because like I can't even describe it, but my best advice is, especially with borderline, I didn't know how to, and if I was in a down, I not only didn't know how to get out of it, but I didn't want to, and I hated the world, and I was so angry, or I was so sad, and there's nothing I could do about it, and I would just want to cut or kill myself or just anything, and like, I finally learned that the best way to deal with it is to get up out of your bed. Like, days that if it's your day off and you're in a down, so that's even worse because you're just not going to make plans with anybody, you're going to stay in your bed. No. The first time you get out of that bed to go pee or whatever, I want you to put on a fucking sweatshirt, or if it's summer, then whatever, and get outside of your house. If you have a car, grab your keys, and I don't care if you don't have time to think of a destination, just pull out of your driveway. Pull out of your driveway, go to a store, okay? Get a marker. If you can't afford a marker, bring a marker from your house. Because if you have nothing to do, then what I want you to do is go find a public restroom somewhere, or go to a park and find a big rock that people will sit on, or a bench, and I want you to write down a note that somebody will find. That's what I want you to do the next time that you can't get out of bed. If you don't have a job and you have nothing to do, the best way to make your life bearable on a day-to-day basis is to find a reason to make it bearable on a day-to-day basis. I've been in such a shit mood for like a week. Maybe not a whole week, and I can't even exactly pinpoint the reason why. There's a few reasons, I'm sure. But all I've done is I refuse to let myself dwell on bad situations because I know that I don't want my mood to get worse. So I know it's easy for us to dwell. That's a huge part of it is we overthink, and we will sit there and we'll think about what ifs, and we'll think about the past, or we'll think about what's stressing us out right now and how it's not working and da-da-da-da, and it took me so long to get out of that behavior, and that's one of the biggest things too is I immediately stop those thoughts because I know they're not going to help me. Why am I going to sit there and dwell on that when instead I immediately switch my thought process? That's my cat on the piano. I immediately switch my thought process to what I'm doing in the present moment. Am I at work? Is there somebody around me that I can go laugh with? Like, go start a conversation with anybody around you. Just change your thought process if it goes to what's bothering you. Be here now. And just day to day, happiness is something that's achieved over time. Anything is something that happens over and over and over again. So even if it just seems like a one-day thing and then the next day you're in a bad mood again, so you're like, oh, like this is how I am. No. You need to just do this continuously every day and it will become your lifestyle. What you're used to is being broken on a day-to-day. So it's the same thing. It's just rewiring it to instead you're choosing to be something else. Right now, it's easy to be what we've been, you know? You choose what you want to be. And you need to get in the habit of it. You need to practice it every day. And there's going to be days where you just can't. You need to push every day. But on days where you go to bed and at the end of the day, you're like, today was just a shit day. Lucky for you, you're going to sleep in your bed where you're gonna, knock on wood, wake up tomorrow. And guess what? Tomorrow, brand new 24 hours. kick that shit in the ass. Wake up early, make a bomb breakfast, maybe go for a jog, do some stretching, be like, I'm pumped, I'm ready, and just get it. Like, just get yourself through the day. Every day. That's what I've been doing. And I am nowhere near where I hope to be, but I am so much further than I was a year ago, months ago, even. And I'm here, so even though I'm moving and all this shit, I mean, it might take me a while to get internet. Well, Wi-Fi. I'll have it on my phone, though. But, I think I have a fever. I'm here, and I'll make videos. And I know this one kind of sucked, and it didn't really get my point across, and it took a whole lot of bibble babble, and it's been 16 minutes, so I probably lost a lot of you guys on this one, but we all know that I'm just ADD, so maybe I'll make a better one later. For now, go do something happy.